plant here in the next few days. Hope we should be able to finish this in no time, then get up to those. I think all that we have left on the drills is there's still a little bit of wheat left in the seed cups. We didn't, Dad cleaned the rest of it out when he got done, but he just wasn't able to drop the hoses yet. So I think he's gonna do that and then grease that up, and we should be good to head down to the next field. Right now we're working on getting the tractor ready. Don't have too much to do to it right now. We're putting air in the tires and we're gonna blow out the radiator. We're gonna go hook up to the drills. Still gonna drop a little bit of seed out. Right now I'm waiting for the air compressor to build up. Would have the tractor shut off, but our weather's been pretty miserable lately. Right now it's 98 degrees with 25-mile-an-hour winds, so it's absolutely miserable to be standing out in. So while that builds up, I'm gonna wait in here. Shouldn't take too much longer, but anyways, that's what's going on right now. Hopefully we'll be able to get moved down and get the first field started planting. So it's a little bit later. We got tires filled up with air. We only had to put a little bit in this front right one. The other one was fine. We blew the radiator out there when I was farming on the last two fields. It was running a little hot. Granted, our 7.6 is a little wider than what this tractor is used to, so that probably didn't help. Plus, like I said, we've been having a lot of close to 100-degree days. Been pretty dang hot here, but we got that blown out. We're just running over to our drills right now. They are, I'll show you a little bit more when I get up here to them. They're not the nicest drills, but they're still pretty nice for us. We have a general equipment line. There's our corn head. Don't really use that much anymore. A lot of this, some of this stuff we don't use a whole lot. Some miscellaneous stuff like that was from the project when we worked on this sweep here. We were going to use those ones, but we didn't end up using them because they didn't work out as good. But anyways, these are our drills. They're John Deere 9400s. They're hoe drills, and they're also 50 foot. So it's a decent pull for this tractor, but it does it. They're not quite convenient because I'll show you, I'll give you a little run around on how you get them to field and transport mode. So I'll try my best to block the wind, but the first thing you have to do on these drills to get them, so right now it's in transport mode, and we're gonna pop this hitch out. There's a pin right here, and you undo it and pull this out, and then this part right here pulls out. Bigger hitch, that's where you pull it for field mode, so to say. Pull that hitch back in. Well, before you do that, you put that one down, and then you undo the hoses and go hook onto that one. So that's a little bit of a pain, but no big deal. Alright, so as you can see, we got the drills hooked up. We're gonna hopefully try and get them moved down today to the field. We probably won't plant just because it's so windy and hot. We're already dry enough. These hoe drills, with the temperature and the wind, it'd really be drying it out. If the temperature drops later Saturday night we might start, just because we have a field that's pretty bare and we want to get that one planted as soon as we can, and I don't think it's supposed to be real windy tomorrow, so gonna try and hopefully get started. As you can see, we are just running through the summer fallow I just finished working today. We kind of have to, because where these are such a pain, you can't really turn them real tight, and where we had them set was not a good area to turn. But right now we're going to take them up to the shed and we will check the tires. All of them actually look pretty decent from what I can see. None of them that I can, we looked at the ones on this side over here on the back side of the drills, and they all look good, so we'll just have to see. But we're gonna do that, then drop the rest of the seed and probably take them down to the field. This is just another little bit of why these are kind of a pain. 50 foot long. We have a bit of a small yard for these. It requires a pretty big turning range, and so we have to back them up, and it's just a pain. This is actually going to be the first time I rode these things. Dad's normally been the one to always do it. I have drilled with them 2 or 3 seasons now. This is just the first time taking them down the road. It'll be interesting. Like I said,
I usually only go about 17 or so with them going down the road.
Dad knows it's my first time, but we'll see how it goes. Like I said, they take a wide turning range, so corners are going to be a little weird. So far I got out of the driveway fine.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay, perfect.
I got out of the driveway fine, so let's get going. So this field here that I'm going by right now is actually the first field we drilled. Gotta say, right now it's looking pretty dang good. There are some spots that are iffy, probably won't do real well, but overall the field looks like it's in pretty good shape. As you can see, there are still quite a bit of green spots, but overall the field's really turning. I imagine this will probably be our first field we cut. I don't know, just have to see how everything goes. The wheat really has been changing these last few days, so it'll be interesting to see just how soon wheat harvest comes up. Welcome back to another day here on the farm. I don't know if you can see, but right now I have the seed on the back of this pickup. I'm gonna go fill it up. We're gonna put about 40 bags in, which will be 8 bags per box. I'm gonna do that. Dad had to run to John Deere to get a couple seed tubes. Some of them were broken, or they had a couple holes in them and they weren't staying on, so he's gonna do that. He should be about there, and then I'm gonna start putting the seed in, and hopefully he gets there not too long after that, and we'll get started on our first field. Okay, so I just got to the drills here. I got all 5 lids open, and what we're gonna do, they don't stay open very well, especially when there's wind, but what we're gonna do, we're gonna put 8 bags in each. They're both 10-foot boxes, so they have 4 slots, kind of. They have this big divider here and then the 2 small ones, so we're probably gonna try and do 2 bags in each. That'll be 2 bags each in those deals. That'll be 8, and total it'll be 40. I think that's just how much we have. It did come in a pallet of 60, I believe, but the pallet ended up falling, and we actually had one that busted open. Not too terrible. We didn't really lose much, more of an annoyance that it happened. But anyways, gonna get this filled, and then hopefully Dad will get back soon around the time I get done, and we'll get these set, and hopefully we'll be getting started. So it's about 11 o'clock right now. We had to put a few different hoses on. Some of them were a little weather checked and fallen off, so we had to redo that, and then we had to put a new bearing in. Got those done and got started. This is my 3rd pass. We're here by the one field irrigated we planted. This is the county line right here, and it's one of the county lines that they had to add extra to make the base lines work, so that's why there's this much here. If it wasn't like that, we'd just be doing normal corners where the road would be running along the Milo over there, but like I said, this one they had to add in a little bit to make things work. So I'm not sure how many acres are here, but auto steer showing about 11 so far. Everything's working decent. Everything looks like it's turning good. It looks like we have it in good moisture too, so we got quite a bit to plant, so hopefully everything can go good and we can plant a decent amount here in the next few days. Then while I'm doing that, hopefully Dad can start working on the combines and trucks and getting those ready for wheat harvest, because it's going to be here pretty soon. So I think I already said it, but when I started, I came to this corner and ran around the circle once. The reason we did that is because of this end gun. And you might be able to see it. I'll try and zoom in real quick. But it's watering right there. It's watering out about 25 of the 50 foot I've already planted. That's why we went ahead and ran it out there, is because we knew it was going to do that, So we wanted to do that, at least get the seed in the ground before it got all wet and we wouldn't be able to plant there. By rights, we probably should have planted the milo out a little farther, but at least we'll have better hay right there, hopefully. So right now, what we're doing is this is our last field. Probably not supposed to do this, but as you can see, we are getting fairly low on seed. So what I'm doing right now is I'm riding or walking the drills while Dad drives the tractor. What we're doing is we're just going along the drills. Some of them are a little fuller than others. And then like the first one I showed you and this one, they're a little more empty. So what we're doing is I'm just walking through as he plants to make sure, if you can see, kind of hard to see because we're not putting much on, but you can see where the seed cups are. So we're just trying to make sure the seed stays in there. That way it keeps planting. Don't have too much more left to go. As you can see, the edge is just right there. Probably not even 2 more passes on this and we'll be done and all of our hay will be planted. So we're just trying to minimize opening too many bags. That way we can return more. Shouldn't take us too much longer. They're mile-long rows, and it's kind of nice to be doing it right now because it's a lot cooler rather than in the middle of the day. And it won't take too long. And as you can see, I have a nice little light. So stay tuned. So right now, not really having to do a lot. Just mainly making sure everything is good on seed. So far everything's still decent. I think we'll be fine. We do have one lid right here. It's a pain. We need to put some work on these lids. A lot of them aren't very good anymore, but they are fairly old. Most of the time, if I'm not having to do anything, I'm staying on the one side of the drills because we have a wind coming from about the southeast. So as you can see, the dust's all going that way. If you look, there's a bunch of dust over there. So right now, I'm not having to do a whole lot yet. So if I'm not having to walk, I'm staying on this side, upwind of the dust. Like I said, it shouldn't take too much longer. We have one more full pass and probably half a pass on this side, then the turn rows, which won't take too long. And like I said, this is our last field, so we'll be finished planting the hay. And once we get that done, tomorrow morning we'll move these home. Just since they're so long and kind of bulky going down the road, they're a pain to move at night. So we'll do that first thing in the morning. Then probably go get my brother's combine, and we should be getting pretty close to being ready to cut wheat.